what is up? What's good? Welcome into the OnlyBets Sports Podcast, Friday edition alongside Stern Bets. I am the Prince of Picks. Hopefully, we'll be joined by Drew DeLucchi soon here. We've got an action-packed show lined up for you guys today, heading into the weekend. A lot of sports taking place here. We've got the NBA Finals, of course, Game 7 on Saturday night between the Spurs and Thunder, which has been an absolutely epic series. Can't wait for that game. I'm interested to see what the boys think about that. Of course, I have my own thoughts and opinions that I'll be sharing as well. We also got the MLB in action today. Got a lot of action in baseball. I'm sure the boys are going to have some great picks for that. We've got NHL playoffs tonight, Game 5, I believe it is, between the Canadiens and the Hurricanes. Hurricanes looking to close that one out. We'll see what we got for that. Then, of course, the W is in action, and we got soccer. As we are winding down the domestic leagues here and getting towards the international friendly part of the season, where you got a lot of teams here getting their final tune-ups before we enter the World Cup, which is going to be starting in just a little under a couple weeks now. And, of course, we will end the show with our World Cup play of the day. So a lot of stuff for you guys today. Action-packed show. No time to waste here, so let's just jump right into it. I am once again joined by Mr. Stern Bets. Mr. Moshe, good morning. Happy Friday. How are we doing on this beautiful, picture perfect Friday morning here in Chicago? Blue skies, light breeze, 70 degrees weather. Can't ask for anything better heading into the weekend. How are we doing out there in Philly, man? What's going on?
Oh, it's nice weather out here too. I'm excited to get started for the summer, but unfortunately our my play did not hit yesterday. Paul Skeens gave up 1 run, but we did get our Paul Skeens day thanks to you. The first 3 under. As soon as I saw that you put that out, I knew that was the right play. He struck out the first 7 batters.
He's a machine. He's so good.
I think he had 11 strikeouts yesterday. Absolutely incredible. I would love to hear Drew's thoughts on that as well. But no for one day for me, looking to bounce back today. Although I think I've been doing pretty good this week. I think that might have been my first loss this week. So looking to close out the weekend strong. How about you, man?
Yeah, another winning day again for me, guys. So to recap the plays here, we did hit our Pirates Cubs first 3 under 2.5. We also hit on the Aces Wings over 177.5. That cleared as well. We pushed on Ireland against Qatar. We had Ireland on a -1 on the Asian spread. Both teams got a red card in that one, so I think that kind of had a major impact on the goal production there. But a push is okay for us. Nothing to see there. And then the Spurs Thunder. We hit the under only because it was a blowout, and so we saw extended minutes from guys deep on the bench. I think that had a major impact on the total. Well, they got a lot more minutes than they typically get. So we got to 209. We were just 11 points short. I think if the series had gone how it has been going, and every game has, for the most part, been close, I think we would have cleared that. So unfortunately, due to the blowout, we missed that one. But still 2-1, back-to-back winning days. But we'll see if we can enter the weekend here on a winning streak.
Well done, sir. And by the way, you know how I'm backfilling all these tickets. You had quite the strong end to February. I've got to say, I think everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised at our numbers once we come out for it on the show. Drew's going to be joining us in just a minute, but do you have some action early for us?
I do. Yeah, we can go ahead and give a live play alert here for those of us, those listeners who are listening live. I did give this out in the VIP earlier, but I'll go ahead and share it here with our live listeners. We do have a friendly match going on right now as we speak. It just kicked off about 5 minutes ago over in Turkey. It's going to be between Iran and Gambia. What I landed on here was Iran on the money line plus game total over 1.5 goals. You're going to get that around -115. These are two teams that can absolutely score. So if you want to play BTTS, that's something you might want to look at as a side bet. But for me, Iran is the better side in this one. They should prevail in this match against Gambia. Specifically offensively, I think they're going to be too much for Gambia. So that's why I like the over 1.5 goals. You could play the team total over 1.5. There's various ways you can play this. For me, though, I was comfortable with the price at just getting game total over 1.5, company with Iran and the money line. I think -115 is a very playable price for that. So I'll take the better side here in Iran to win this one outright. And we'll see if we can get 2+ goals total in this one. And that comes in at -115.
Yeah, something to note. I have not found the play yet. I'm searching through my sports books. DK here in Philadelphia, or I should say Pennsylvania, and Bet365 doesn't look like they have it. I'm checking Bet MGM right now. Any
So
specific place you found that?
yeah, so you have to look for this one, obviously, because everything that's going on politically, right? I think a lot of these books are afraid to take this bet. The only bet that I found, or book that I found on, was Hard Rock. So if you have Hard Rock, you might have some luck there finding it. Here in Illinois, it's available on Hard Rock. That's the only book I found it on. So yeah, you have to look a little close for this one and see if you can find it.
So I will say I did find the game on BetMGM, but I am currently locked out. So either someone is scoring or they just pause play for a minute. But I'm definitely going to wait for an opportunity to play. What's the play one more time? Sorry.
So it's going to be Iran on the money line, plus game total over 1.5 goals.
Awesome. Got another one for us by any chance? I can't
You're
actually put my voice up that high.
Yeah, that's funny. You know what? Yeah, why not? I'll go ahead and get one more out here.
Yeah.
It's a 12 p.m. Eastern kickoff. So it's coming up here shortly in about 20 minutes. We also have Iraq taking on Andorra. This one is being played in Spain, so a neutral site here for this one. Actually, probably more of a home game for Andorra, although Andorra is a very small country, so they're not going to have a whole lot of fans there to begin with. But I like Iraq here. Iraq is far, far the better side. Andorra, one of the worst teams in the world. So I definitely expect Iraq to get this one done on the money line. But Iraq is a lower scoring team, so I don't expect a lot of goals in this one, even though they're playing a minnow like Andorra. Andorra plays against a lot of good European teams, so I think their world ranking is affected vastly because of the quality of teams that they play consistently. I think if they were in another region, they might not be so lowly ranked. But in any case, here, I'm expecting a lower scoring game in this one, so I'll take Iraq on the money line in under 3.5 goals. That one's going to come in around, I believe, minus 125, minus 130, something around there. So that's another play here kicking off at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you, good sir. And while we're still waiting for Drew and we're talking about soccer anyway, do you have any weekend soccer plays for us?
Yeah, I do have a weekend soccer play. So for the weekend here, we have a couple plays here taking place on Saturday. We'll keep with the international friendlies right now. We got a early one here, 8 a.m. Eastern, over in Glasgow, Scotland, where we have Scotland taking on Curacao. This is a friendly, of course, a World Cup tune-up for both of these teams. Curacao has not been good since making the World Cup. They've had some very disappointing performances. They lost 2-0 to China. They lost 5-1 to Australia. And I think that one goal, I saw the highlights. That one goal was pretty much a fluke goal. They really should have probably even scored that one. So this is a Curacao team that struggles to score in general. They've been struggling to score recently. I don't think they score tomorrow against Scotland. So give me Scotland on the money line plus a clean sheet, basically meaning we're not going to see Curacao score. And that comes in at minus 125. I think Scotland definitely has enough quality. And playing in Glasgow is an extremely hard place to play. It's a place that probably one of the best home field advantages in all the world. So Curaçao's not going to know what hit them, that they're going to be, I think, overwhelmed by the environment there. And I like Scotland to get on the money line, maybe 1-0, 2-0, something like that. Not a lot of goals. Scotland doesn't score a lot of goals either, but I like them to keep a clean sheet in this one. So Scotland money line plus clean sheet at minus 125. And then the other game here, of course, the big one, right? The Champions League final, PSG and Arsenal. I'm going to keep this one straightforward. I think PSG is the better side. But what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to take them to win the cup at minus 145. I don't know if they win it in regulation or if they win it in extra time, if they win it in a shootout. But I do think they win it. I think their quality will prevail when it's all said and done. I think they are the far superior team to Arsenal. And I expect them to get it done here. So minus 145, that's under the limit here that for the show plays that I like to give out. So I'll take PSG to win the cup minus 145. If you want to take them on a draw bet or something like that, or even on the money line, I don't hate it. Again, I do think PSG is in line here to get this one done. So, but for me here, I'm going to take it just to win the cup minus 145.
All right, let's get her done. I'm very excited for that matchup. I don't know if we're going to see a cagey low scoring game or if we're going to see all out battle. Either way, I'm excited to watch. It's gonna be fun. Drew, welcome in. How did you do yesterday? I know I was tracking Jack Flaherty because I personally bet against him on the game. I didn't think Detroit was going to win. They did end up blowing the game. That bullpen really needs to get it together. It's just embarrassing at that point. So I guess you just went 1-1 because Darren Fox absolutely demolished that 9.5 rebounds and assists, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we got to get going on these home run props as well. Drew, any thoughts in the MLB today? We got a huge slate ahead of us, lots of games to get to. or through. I'm not really sure, but any specific place that you're looking at first?
Yeah, I've been looking at some of the games. Uh, it looked like there was one that well, the one I was interested in, of course, it shows for Red Sox, like for some places like Tyler Samaniego is pitching, but it looks like I think Brian Bayo is actually starting. So I think I think that was like the books ends for pointing that out. But I do see there's like Brian Bayo player props for that. I always look to double check the pitchers when you're betting pitchers in
Yeah,
general when
just
it comes to their
real
things. Yeah.
real quick on that game. Real quick on that game. I'm pretty sure they're doing what
Yeah.
they did last start, which was put like somebody in for an inning or two and let Bayo take over second or third time around the order, or even in the second or third inning. Just trying to give him a little bit of a head start so that he doesn't crash and burn right away, because that's kind of what we've seen.
No,
He did well
yeah.
last time out.
Well, yeah, I get
So
exactly what you're saying, but for me, it seems like he might start though because it does have to me.
right.
And
Any
I find
player
that
props on the day?
interesting for that.
Oh, so
Yeah, so I do
sorry, you're
actually.
cutting
Yeah,
in and out.
I keep cutting it in and out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry, brother. I keep interrupting you because I think that it's cutting out, and then I thought you were done. Anyway, where are you going for your player prop today?
Yeah, I was actually I was gonna go ahead and go to the Red Sox game. Outs are up right now, personally, and when he does start, he doesn't go deep. I think started one or two games since they did the reliever thing, but I'll do Brian Bayo under 16.5 at minus 120. So if he doesn't start, it will void. If he does, then they'll count towards it. I just think when he does end up starting and they don't want him to see the third time around, go like 5 innings or so. So that's to me that's a good case. So if he it won't count as the first guy pitches like 1 inning, so he would have to start for this to count.
All right. Yeah, I don't mind that prop at all. I found it on BetMGM minus 120. I think it's on yeah, Fanatics as well. All right, I'm gonna go to the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Yankees. I'm always a little bit nervous when I go to two of my hometown teams, but I was looking at the numbers and I like what I've seen. First, I'm gonna give you the plus money play, and then I'm gonna give you the terrible juice play. Phillies first three money line plus 100 against the Dodgers. Get this on Caesars. That's what I found it last night. I think this is just a disrespectful line against Zach Wheeler and the Phillies. I get it. It's the Dodgers, and they've been rocking it. But if you look at their last 5 games, they really haven't faced anyone of quality. They were playing Colorado. They were playing the Angels. No, I didn't see anybody of the level of Zach Wheeler. Wheeler's metrics are really, honestly, mostly elite. They're profiling under the hood similarly to Paul Skeens, actually, which I don't know if that's a great thing or a little bit of a scary thing or whatever, but he has a little bit lower of a whiff rate, but everything else basically across the board is excellent. He has a 25.5% strikeout rate, 5.5% walk rate. That's a fantastic ratio. 7.5% barrel rate to a 37.5% hard hit rate. Not too shabby either. They're facing Justin Robletsky, on the other hand, for the Dodgers. Opponents are hitting 352 the first time around the order against him, and a clear pitch to contact style highlighted by a 15.5% whiff rate, 13.5% strikeout rate, insanely low, and a 6.2% walk rate, also low. And you can see that he has some good results. He has a 7% barrel rate, 7.2% barrel rate, but the 40% hard hit rate and really higher than expected stats like the XBA, expected batting average, and things like that really kind of show me that he has been maybe pitching better than expected. But honestly, if you look at his last 3 games, he's actually given up 14 runs over the last 3 games. So I guess not better than expected, pretty much coming back to earth. And I'm not sure if kind of fading him against the Phillies is the right way to go. Or sorry, I should say, I think fading him against the Phillies is the right way to go. If we get a push, 0-0 or 1-1 or 2-2 on the first three, that's fine. I know Philly isn't exactly blasting it offensively early in games, but I think Zach Wheeler can hold them in line. I really love this play. Prince, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that's a solid look, and I was looking at the exact same place. So, yep, I'm in lockstep with you on that.
All right, and I really got to get better. I'm just going to start writing 1 or 2 lines for each of these things instead of my whole paragraph. I apologize if I'm getting a little bit too wordy on my takes. Second play here, Yankees money line, first 3 money line minus 145. Hopefully the number has dropped. You can get it at a better price, but I really like this up to minus 150 or even minus 155. We got Carlos Rodon back on the mound. Numbers, first time through the order, opponents are hitting 0.087 with an OPS of 323. Now, those numbers get horrific the more that better see him. But first time around, first 3 innings, if he puts 9 up, 9 down, that's all I'm looking for. And he's facing Luis Severino, who has opponents hitting 288 with an OPS of 900 first time around the order. Sevy has a very concerning 9% barrel rate with an 11.7% walk rate. People, if the Yankees could get on base, this could get really ugly with just 1 or 2 good knocks. You're going to add in a 5.55 home ERA this year so far. Clearly doesn't like pitching in, well, I'm going to say not Oakland, just a joke. Anyway, this Yankees offense is elite. Minus 145 to minus 155. I'm fine with that juice. So I gave you a plus 100 and a minus 145. Prince, how do you feel about that plus? I guess that minus 145.
Yeah, I love it. I'm always in line to back the Yankees. Of course, one of the best hitting teams in the majors. So anytime we can get them at a playable price, I'm all over it.
Yeah, and Drew, I know we're cutting in and out, but any real quick thoughts in the MLB, unless you have a home run sprinkle just to go straight into?
I would say I like what you said about Robletsky. He has negatively regressed a lot. He had like a whatever, like sub 1 ERA through his first like 6 starts, and I looked at his savant metrics. Was trying to tell my buddy, I was like, this guy has like a 1.2 ERA, but his expected ERA is like 5 point something. It's going to happen, and he gave up 14 runs the last 3 games.
Yeah, I like how you phrased that, and I'm actually going to go first here. It's got to happen at some point. We're going to go to our home run sprinkles of the day. I'm going to take Fernando Tatis to hit his first home run. Oh, I am so sorry, Prince. I forgot.
I still have a play.
What's our team total? What's our team total? And then I'm going to go back to betting the world on Fernando Tatis get his first home run of the year.
I'm excited to hear your breakdown of that because I was looking at him too as well for a home run sprinkle. I feel like he's due, but we don't like saying that word, right? But here, real quick, I'm actually going to go away from a team total parlay. I have a different look for you guys today. I'm looking at the Mets and Marlins. I'm going to take the first 5 under 4 runs at minus 110. I like getting whole numbers where we can get push insurance in case the number just lands on the number directly. But we're looking at 2 teams here. You got Max Meyer on the mound, Freddie Peralta, 2 pitchers who are in pretty good form right now. Of course, Max Meyer 5-0 on the season. He's got an under 3 ERA. So does Peralta, right around 3 as well. You're looking at 2 batting teams in the batting, middle of the road, not too great. Miami's a little bit better, but I think in this one here, you got 2 good pitchers on the mound. I like the first 5 here to be a little bit low scoring. We're going to take first 5 under 4 runs. Curious what you think about that, Stern.
So that play was immediately brought up as the top model play from the algorithm and sheets that I've built myself, right? Looking at all the underlying metrics and pairing runs and hits in the first 3 innings versus the other team and all that. So it really did come back first 5 innings. So it really did come back positively on that play. There were 2 reasons why it held up initially. One, the price is so low. Like I really want that 4.5. I don't like that push on the 4. 2, I'm a little bit concerned just about the road environment for Max Myers. I know he's doing really well, and honestly, first time around the order, he's doing phenomenal. I don't know. I could see each person giving up 1 or 2 runs, both getting quality starts, and then you get a push condition on first 5 innings. I like the play. I played it. My model thinks it's a phenomenal play. It was the number 1 rated play for my all of the games today. I might consider paying the extra juice on the first 3 under like 2.5 for like minus 140, minus 145. Is that still playable?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was leaning between the 2 of those. But I mean, the fact that the Mets are 29th in batting averages, which is
Yeah.
basically second to last, right? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that
yeah.
could have had an impact on it as well. So
Well, that's actually funny that you mentioned that. I'm not as concerned. I am a little, yes, I'm a little bit concerned about Max Myers, but you're going up against the Mets, who have not done anything offensively this year for the most part. You have to pitch around one person, and that's it, right? So I do like the play all together. And Miami is much better offensively, but I think that they struggle against more veteran pitchers, someone who Peralta definitely is,
yep, that's
So yeah,
my thought process.
I'm fascinated by this game, and I'm happy that I got some action in it just so that I can watch and be rooting for it, because I was just off. The weather is good. I was just off enough to like make it an official play, but it is something that I was heavily leaning towards. My model definitely counts it as a top play, and my model's been pretty darn good. I don't think I've had a losing day this week.
Yep, it's been pretty solid. I can my bank account will prove that to you.
Hopefully soon I'll be able to get the actual official numbers for every single thing, be able to publish it live for everybody to browse through. We're not hiding anything. We're doing the best that we can. All right, Prince, who's your home run pick of the day?
Why don't you start with yours first? Again, I'm curious
All
on
right,
this
all right.
Fernando Tatis. I'm fascinated by this. What's the story with him, Moch? Why has he not gone yard yet this season? And why are we expecting him to go yard today?
Long
Break
story
it down for
short,
me. It's a loaded question. Break it down for me.
long
Because
story
he's such a
short,
great hitter. What's going on with him? It's just I'm looking at his stats. I'm like, how's this guy not gone yard yet? Sorry, go ahead.
honestly, long story short, we don't know. He has a 51.9% hard hit rate. All right. That is among the elite of the elite. And it's not like he's been injured where he only has to hit a few games. This is now a solid amount of time into the season where he has really good underlying metrics. He has a 9.7% barrel rate. That's just a tad under elite. When I say just a tad under elite, that is still top 25% of the league. I'm assuming something like that, maybe even better. Like, he is hitting the ball phenomenally. I don't understand. He does hit in San Diego, not a great home run ballpark, but he shouldn't be at 0 home runs. So when I'm looking for a good spot for him to bounce back, all right, Washington, not a bad home run hitting stadium, top 5 in the league. And he's going up against Paxton Schultz, who has a 10.5% barrel rate and a 42% hard hit rate. So I'm taking just those raw numbers and I'm matching them against Tatis, and you're going to give me plus 610. I know that he hasn't hit a home run. I think that this is the right spot for him. This has got to be the right spot for him. Looking at Schultz this year, he has given up only 2 home runs so far. But he has been shaky and he only pitches an inning or two into the games. So he's going to be able to get to the Washington Nationals bullpen and have all day hitting against them in a great hitting environment. I just think this is the play, man. That's honestly it. I really love the number 610, and he is in a park where he doesn't actually have to hit it that high to get it out. Prince, thoughts?
Yeah, he's too good, right, to be going this long without hitting a home run. I mean, you want to talk about guys who are due. I think he fits the bill exactly for that. So, to your point, getting him at this price and with this environment, these conditions, why not now, right? I think now is as good a time as ever for him to go yard. So, I'm right there with you, and I love the breakdown because I just find him to be a fascinating story with his talent. How he hasn't hit a home run yet is just it's kind of mind boggling. So,
Yeah, and if you're
yeah,
looking at the last 5 seasons, he hit 25 homers, 21 homers, 25 homers, and 42 home runs. I mean, this guy has clearly the power, and the underlying metrics support him to hit it out of the park sooner or later.
You know what it feels like? It feels like if I were to make a soccer analogy, right? It's like Bayern Munich, like, okay, 0-0 at the halftime. You know they're gonna score. Like the goals are coming, right? It's like similar with Fernando Tatis. Like, okay, the home runs are coming, guys. Like, just wait. Eventually they'll get there. I feel like
Yeah.
there's some kind of an analogy to be made
I'm
there.
curious,
Oh, and I apologize. I got this at
curious what
plus
his average launch
590.
angle is.
Yes.
Can you
So his
find that? What his average
expected
launch
his
angle
launch
is?
angle is 0.4, which isn't the highest, but it's not terrible. It's getting higher.
Okay, because because like his hard hit is so high, so it makes me think his launch angle is below the sweet spot of 30. So like the
Yeah.
percentage wise, if that makes it, yeah, like that, yeah. So that's what's making me think it is, and he's given up on trying to like lift things, but I think eventually he'll want to.
Yeah, 100%. It's a very good analysis, and that is the one little chink in the armor. But like I said, it's starting to slowly creep up. So I like the direction it's going, and sooner or later, right? Drew, who's your home run pick for the day?
I'm gonna go in Great American Ballpark, one of the best hitting parks. Beautiful day, 80 degrees there. Wind blowing slightly out. Wind doesn't really matter. It's like 4 miles per hour. But Mike Yastrzemski, grandson of Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski for the Red Sox, he's been doing pretty well this year for the against Paddock. He's 10-5 a lot of time with 3 home runs, and he does great against righties. So I like him here. Oh, plus 575. By the
Awesome.
way, I think it's good value.
Nice. We're all gonna hit close to 600. Prince, where are you going?
Yeah, funny enough, I'm attacking that exact same game here. I'm looking at the Braves against the Reds. I'm going to be on Ronald Acuna to hit a home run at plus 350, I believe. For the similar reason that Drew just said, Chris Paddock's on the mound for the Reds. 0-6 record on the season. Got a 6.86 ERA. When you're looking at the Reds pitching staff here, they've allowed the third most home runs to opponent batters. So this is, I think, a favorable conditions here. Of course, Cincinnati, one of the better ballparks here to hit home runs in. The Braves, you got the Braves as a top hitting team in the league, top 3 in terms of their hits, their home runs. Pretty much every hitting metric, the Braves are up there. So give me Ronald Acuna, one of the better hitters in the league, plus 350 to go yard today.
It's so funny. I forgot that I mentioned this last night when we were talking about today's slate. Matt Olson from the very same game is at the very top of my model to hit a home run. The only reason why I didn't go there is because the price was at plus 290, and I was like, no, I need to get something better than that. But that game, I someone's from the Braves is gonna go the yard. All right, Prince, bring us into NBA? Question mark? Gang.
Yeah, sure. Sure. We can go to the NBA now. Of course, we had game 6 last night between the Spurs and the Thunder. Spurs, of course, tying up that series in emphatic fashion. So we're looking at game 7, which is what we all wanted, right? Game 7 tomorrow night, of course, in Oklahoma City is going to be an epic game. I cannot wait for it. I think we're in for just an absolute battle between two teams that are just heavyweight boxers here. I mean, these are obviously one of them is a champion, like you said. Spurs would be the contender if you were to use a boxing analogy. But both of these teams come in 60 plus wins. This is the first time that we've had a game 7 with 2 teams at 60 plus wins since the 1998 finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Of course, that was Jordan's last official game with the Chicago Bulls. So, I mean, we've gone quite some time before we've had 2 teams on this competitive level playing in this stage of the tournament here in a game 7. So, I think everything's on the table here. I think we're in for a really nip and tuck battle. Both teams, you're going to see both teams just throwing haymakers at each other, and I think it's going to go down to the wire. So I'm going to stay away from a spread, but officially, I'm going to be on the total. I think the total's too low. It's 212.5. Like I said, we almost hit that last night. We hit 209 last night, and that was with extended minutes in a blowout with basically guys who were deep on the bench. So I'm not expecting a blowout in this one. I think this one's going to go down to the wire. So with that being said, you got to expect your star players to get, of course, the majority of the minutes. I would expect Wemby to go 40 plus, SGA to go 40 plus. I mean, you're going to see all the top dogs here really step it up here offensively. And when the lights are bright, typically that's when you see your superstars shine. And so I think you're going to see that tomorrow night. I think you're going to see a good scoring amount here from your elite players. So give me the 212 over 212.5 here. I think that's a little bit too low. And we'll see who wins. I mean, if anyone tells you that they have a side in this one, shout out to them, because this series is just so tight. Both teams are just so close to each other in competitiveness, defensive metrics, offensive metrics. I mean, everything you can think of. They're just such mirror images of each other. I'd say, obviously, the one X factor, I think, to me, it's obviously Wembanyama, right? I think he's the one player that can impose his will on both sides of the floor more than any other player in this series. So We'll see if he can have a repeat game one type of performance here. I think the Spurs might need that from him. But in any case, I'm expecting a really, really intense, exciting game. It could go down as one of the best all-time games in Game 7 history. So I'm hoping for it. I think everything's lining up for it to be one hell of a match or game.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. Definitely leaning on the over on my model, on my thoughts and my instincts. Everything is telling us that we're going over in this game. Cannot wait to watch. This is going to be an absolute, what is it, Prince?
Banger.
Dang it. All right, Drew, any thoughts on this game?
No thoughts. As of right now on my side, I don't have, because I believe is the game on Saturday or Sunday?
It's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Tomorrow night. Yeah. I'll let you know tomorrow what my player prop would be as well, because I don't have because like the lines are subject to change and some of the lines aren't up. Yeah.
Send it out on Twitter or X, and then tag us on OnlyBets, and then we'll definitely repost that. All right, WNBA Prince, what do you got for us?
So I'm pulling up the slate here. We got a 4-game slate tonight, which is kind of a large slate in the W. We got the Mercury taking on the Liberty. Of course, that's a rematch of what just happened a couple nights ago. Sparks and Mystics, Lynx and Sky, Dream and Fire. A lot of these are, I think, rematches from Wednesday night, it looks like. But the game that I'm laying here is going to be the Atlanta Dream taking on the Portland Fire. I'm going to lay the 9.5 with Atlanta. I think Atlanta is significantly better than Portland for multiple reasons. One being that Portland loves to shoot the three-point shot. They live and die by the three. Atlanta comes into this one ranked number 1 defensively, defending the three-point shot. So Atlanta here, the far superior team. I think they're going to be able to shut down what Portland likes to do. And Atlanta's just a better team. They just came up their second loss I believe it was last night or the night before. But this is a great team here. Obviously, much higher projections for Atlanta than for Portland. Portland's kind of punching above their weight right now, and I expect that some regression here to happen relatively quickly here for Portland. So I think it starts tonight. Usually I tend to stay away from big spreads, but I think this one merits it considering just how good defensively Atlanta is, and they're going to be able to shut down exactly what Portland relies on most. So give me the Atlanta Dream here, minus 9.5 on the road at Portland.
All right, let's keep it rolling. You've been absolutely on fire in the WNBA. Tracking it through the season's been a lot of fun. I'm assuming Drew doesn't really have anything in the WNBA. Let's get to the NHL. What are your thoughts and feelings in the NHL today, Prince?
Yeah, because that's really all I have. I don't have anything official, but I do have thoughts and feelings, so that's a good way to put it. Of course, the Hurricanes come into this one up 3-1, right? Closeout situation tonight. I would expect the Hurricanes to win this one, but this series has been a little bit interesting. So I'm going to stay away from a side and away from a total here. I'll probably just end up watching this one and just enjoying the action. And then we'll see if the Hurricanes end up winning it. I think that series between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes is going to be quite a series, and I'd probably have to dig into it a little bit, but the Golden Knights they got that championship pedigree, so that's something that can't be dismissed when you're talking about these two teams. But of course, they got to get past the Canadians first. They got 3 games to do it. I think most likely they get it done tonight at home, but officially I'm going to stay away from it and just kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, the price is a little bit prohibitive. Minus 235 on Carolina at home. What else are you going to say? There's nothing else to say. All right, Prince, what's your World Cup storyline of the day?
Yes, sir. So we're going to go to our new segment here, the FIFA World Cup play of the day, and we are just 14 days out from the start of the World Cup. Sorry, 13 days, excuse me. Just under 2 weeks here. Your World Cup play of the day is going to be from Belgium. We're looking at top goal scorer from Belgium. I like Jeremy Doku, plus 800 to be Belgium's top goal scorer. When you're looking at Belgium's group, they have New Zealand, Iran, and Egypt. All 3 of those defenses are, I would say, below average at best. And so I think Jeremy Doku specifically is going to be in line with his speed and his athleticism. He's going to cause a lot of problems for those 3 back lines. And I think getting him at plus 800, he's had a fantastic season in the EPL this season. And I think he can carry that momentum here. Of course, for Manchester City, he's going to carry that momentum into this World Cup. A very favorable group for for him to in a group that I projected to be the highest scoring group of the entire World Cup. We talk about group play. So with that in mind here, I think Jeremy Doku at plus 800 is a great value here. I like him over Lukaku. I like him over De Bruyne, who are two aging players in their own rights. Doku, of course, much younger, more explosive. And again, I think his speed is going to just cause a lot of problems down the wings for those backlines of New Zealand, Iran, and Egypt. So give me Belgium's top goal scorer, Jeremy Doku, at plus 800. Any thoughts for you on that one, Moch, before I get into the story of the day?
No, just like I've said in the past, the fourth or fifth option in the most to score categories usually are a really good option. When you're looking at long shots, number 1, number 2 usually doesn't come through. 3, 4, or 5 is usually kind of where you want to pick the value when you can get it at plus 500 or more.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly that's the thought process here. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get into the World Cup story of the day. This one comes, we're going to go back to the very first World Cup in Uruguay, 1930, titled The Chloroform Knockout. This one's funny, guys. Pay attention.
You better not get us banned.
During it won't. It's super funny. During a heated 1930 semifinal match between the United States and Argentina, an American player was knocked down by a harsh tackle. The U.S. team trainer, Bob Miller, rushed onto the field to treat him. However, as he ran, Miller tripped and dropped his medical bag. A bottle of chloroform shattered inside the bag. And when Miller opened it to help the player, he accidentally inhaled the chloroform and immediately passed out cold on the pitch. The players had to carry their own medical trainer off the field before resuming the match.
Wow, that's wild, man. What? Where are you getting these stories from?
The poor guy comes out there to help the player. First of all, I think the most important question is, as an athletic trainer, why do you have chloroform in your bag? First of all, what possible use could you have to have chloroform if you're out there to help players who have gotten injured on the field? First of all,
Was it like
but
before
it's just
smelling salts were a thing?
maybe
Because
that was the reason.
contrary to popular belief, chloroform does not knock you out in 3 seconds. It takes 30 to 60 seconds usually for someone to be knocked out by chloroform.
Well, according to this story, this dude was knocked out cold, and he was there to help the player, and then they ended up having to help him instead because
for why he had chloroform.
He couldn't make it to the player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a big history buff in like school. That was the one thing I was great. I was terrible at certain subjects, but they used that as a substitute for anesthesia if they had to treat like pain and stuff.
Ah, okay, very good.
So,
Thank you for giving context to that. I was really, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because of course nobody had anesthesia on the field, but they really couldn't they didn't really have things to take him straight to the hospital and stuff. So they had to do stitches on somebody. They would give him chloroform and give him stitches. Yeah, it was kind of messed up in the 30s. That was 100 years ago.
Okay. Well, that explains why he had it in his bag at least. Okay. Yeah, at least that part of the mystery is solved. We know why he had it in his bag now, but it's still. I just find it. The image of it is just hilarious to me. Just seeing the trainer run out there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He passes out, and then you got the trainer and the player both there. Oh God, so funny. Times have changed, huh?
Yes, they have. We wash our utensils before sawing people open these days. All right, question of the day, Prince. Anything for us?
I have
Wait, before we get there, Drew's been hitting us with these World Cup facts of the day. Did you have one for us today?
Yeah, Drew? I did. Norway, as you know, officially ended their, I think it was 28-year drought making the World Cup. Qualifying for it. Last time they qualified was 1998, so we finally get to see. It's fun. You see people mention Erling Haaland. Well, Erling Haaland hasn't been in the World Cup because Norway doesn't know how to make it there. So we finally get to see Erling Haaland, who's been on the Norway team 2019, has missed multiple, of course, World Cups. So we finally get to see him, one of the best players in the world, play. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, 100%. I love it. I hate when these great players play on teams that struggle to make the World Cup because you hardly ever get to see them. So I'm really thrilled to see Norway on this one. I'm actually pretty high on
Hey,
them as well. I
how
think me
high
and Moshe are
how
both.
high are we on Norway, Prince?
We've got a plus 6,000 futures on them to win it
Yes,
all.
sir, we do. And if you guys are listening out there, highly recommend sprinkling on it. They got an underrated team, a really nice offensive attacking power. And if they can keep the pressure up, they have a chance to win it all for a really nice plus money.
Yep, absolutely. They're loaded and they ripped through their World Cup qualifying with some quality teams. They beat Italy twice. I mean,
I
this
don't
is a
know if
team to
I'd
be
call
reckoned
that out
with
yet.
in this World Cup. Well, oh yeah,
No,
sorry,
no, no.
Drew.
I'm just shots fired at Drew. That's all.
Yeah, my
Oh,
bad. I forgot.
I
My
don't
bad, Drew.
mind.
Never mind. Scratch that part
Oh,
out.
by the
Oh
way, I do
man,
have
that
one more since it's the week. This one's very quick. Uh, did I don't know if you guys knew this. They're the only one to compete in every single World Cup.
Who is?
Interesting fact. Brazil is the only nation to compete in every
Who?
single
Drew.
World Cup.
Ah, wow, interesting. Yeah. Well, they got the pedigree. That's why people usually consider them the best in the world, even though they're not right now. But they definitely have that winner's pedigree. So, um, interesting. Wow, cool thought or cool fact.
all right. Question of the daytime. Oh my gosh, my voice keeps going high. I don't know what happened to me today.
Good.
No. What do you got for us, Prince?
Oh, I don't have one. No, I don't have one. Was it my turn? I don't
No.
know. I lose
We
track. You guys got to remind me if it's my turn.
Drew, any question of the day before I Google something quick?
Okay, you know what? I got one. I do got one. Okay, I wanted to leave a little bit of a happier one. This isn't necessarily sad, but it kind of is. All right, what is your worst sports memory as a fan? Like, what's a memory you're like, oh, I don't ever want to remember this again, but it
2024
was painful. Like
ALCS
as
Yankees.
a sports fan.
There's so
Sorry, I had to
many.
answer so fast because it's so in my head. It's got to be Mariano Rivera giving up those runs in the ALCS game 5 or 6, 7. I don't remember exactly. When it was game 4, I think, when the Yankees were up 3-0 or 3-1, and he gave Mariano Rivera, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, gave up consecutive hits. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz. Oh, it was so brutal. And then the next day, they lost 2 or 3 games in a row. That is the most painful memory
That was
to
rough.
today.
Was that the
So
famous
extreme. Yes, gosh darn is.
"We'll see you tomorrow night" game?
Uh-huh.
When I think Joe
Sorry, Drew.
Buck
What's
said,
your
"We'll
worst
see you
memory?
tomorrow night" after David Ortiz hit it. Yeah.
Brutal. Just
So
brutal.
many, man. Especially the Niners fan. Oh God. I would say my worst pain memory, because talk about the Sherman tip, you know, that people don't talk about who aren't Niners fans. Niners fans will feel me. Is when Kyle Williams in the NFC Championship game against the New York Giants pulled the ball twice on punt returns because we didn't have Ted Ginn, and that was the biggest pain ever. Because we could have won that, and I think we would have possibly beaten the Patriots. But to see our punt return and fumble it twice in crucial was big pain. But there was, of course, so many big pains overall. So yeah.
I feel like in football, like that's like a top three thing that like just completely frustrates the fan base is fumbling a punt return. Like I hate, like when it's your team, you're like, oh my god, like you just hate it. Like it crawls under your skin. Like, dude, you have one job.
Happened
Like
twice.
missing a kick is one, fumbling a punt is one, and I don't know, I can't think of a third one, but like
Oh,
there's like three plays probably that just annoy the hell
you,
out of you if you're a fan
you
of the
want to hear
team.
another painful memory? This one also got stuck in my head for a while. High school.
Here we go, therapy session. Go ahead.
I'm still pissed about this. All right. So I went to like a concert. I was a little hungover. I was a star player on my football team in high school, 11th grade. And I was trying out this new kid for quarterback. I was a wide receiver and I was going long. Someone had parked their car on the field and he drove me right into it. Shattered the back half of that car, the little minivan, like literally shattered my collarbone, sternum shattered, wrist, everything basically fallen out apart. And as I'm on my way into surgery in the hospital, the Giants were up over the Eagles, and I'm a Giants fan, and I live in Philadelphia, so this was a big deal for me. The Giants were up 4 touchdowns, and they just had to not kick it to one person, Deshaun Jackson. And who did they kick it to? 4 times or 5 times in a row to lose. So when I went into surgery, Giants were up 4 or 5 touchdowns, right? I get out of surgery, and they had just kicked it to Deshaun Jackson like 4 or 5 times after consecutive 3 and outs to lose the game to the heated rivals. And all I heard or watched on the TV while I was recovering from surgery for 5 days on ESPN was how the Giants blew it. Sorry, therapy session.
That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. You know what? There's been so many in cases in the NFL that have just been like massive like comebacks or just like devastating losses. Like imagine being a Houston Texans fan when they played the Chiefs. What was it? I think in the wild card round or maybe the divisional round. The Texans were up like 35-10 in Kansas City, I believe. I think it was the Texans or the Jaguars, one of the two. I can't remember which team it was, but the Chiefs were like down big early. They had like fumbles, interceptions, like everything was going wrong against the Chiefs. And then, of course, the Chiefs are who they are, and Mahomes is who he is, and they end up coming back and winning. Like if I was a fan of that other team, I'd have just been like so livid about that.
Oh, it was the Texans. Texans were up
funny how
24.
It was the Texans, right?
They were up 24-0.
Yeah. There you go. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, 24-0, right. 24-0 and spotted him 24 points, and the Chiefs still freaking came back and won.
So that's exactly what happened in this game. I just looked it up to like remember the details. All right. It was called the Miracle at the New Meadowlands, and a stunning comeback where the Eagles overcame a 31-10 fourth quarter defeat to defeat the Giants 38-31. He had a walk-off 65-yard punt return as time expired to win the game. And that was, I want to find out how many touchdowns he scored in that game. But I know that it was at least 3, if not 4. And I just remember thinking, just don't punt it to him. Punt it out of bounds, take the penalty, and you could just play ball.
Yeah, that dude was a bad man. Deshaun Jackson was a bad man returning punts. And yeah.
Tom Coughlin was yelling at the punter after.
Yeah. Dummy, stop, just anybody else. Don't
get into one of the greatest punt returners ever.
Sorry to open these. Yeah, right. That's almost the same as feeling like Devin Hester or something. Sorry to open up these old wounds, guys. But since we're doing it, I might as well open. Since you guys are doing it, I might as well open up my old wound too. So for me, it's pretty straightforward for me. I'm a huge fan of the U.S. men's national team. And when they lost to Trinidad 2-1 in a game that all they had to do was draw to make the World Cup. The game was in Trinidad. Trinidad had won just one game the entire qualifying process. They were bottom of the table, buried at the bottom of the table, had no chance of qualifying whatsoever. And the U.S. lost 2-1, and that cost them to miss out on the World Cup, which was their first World Cup missed in over 30 years, I believe. I was so like upset about that. I had to go for a walk. I think I cried a little bit because I was just so devastated. I couldn't believe it. It was just the most shocking thing that I've ever experienced as a U.S. men's national fan. Of all teams to blow it against was Trinidad. It took me a while to get over that. It took a lot of U.S. soccer fans. I mean, U.S. soccer went through a full rebuild after that, so it was a pretty seismic event for them to miss the World Cup in that fashion. But yeah, no doubt about it. And I've gone through a lot of different painful memories, of course. As a Suns fan, never winning the championship, right? Blowing the 2-0 lead against Milwaukee, that was pretty painful. Of course, against the Bulls with John Paxson in that 3 back in the 93 finals. That was pretty painful. I was a young kid back then, but still it hurt. Going through the Bulls history with Derrick Rose and his injury as the number 1 seed, heavily favored against the Sixers. That was, a lot of tough memories in sports in my, fandom. But for me, no doubt, it's the U.S. missing the World Cup. That was just absolutely devastating for me. And I can only imagine what Italians are going through. Sorry, Drew. Missing 3 World Cups in a row. My God.
Yeah, that's up there now.
I mean, Italians are way more passionate as a fan base. I'll say it than U.S. Men's fans are. So, and they're
it's
way
literally the
more
only sport besides polo.
dominated. Yeah, right. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, yeah, I can only imagine. But yeah, that's my old wound as we're entering or closing up our therapy session here.
All right, Drew, why don't you recap us with your best bet?
Yeah. Poor talent. But Brian Bayo under 6.5 outs at -120, and sprinkle Mike Yastrzemski home run at +575.
Love it. I am on the Philadelphia Phillies first three money line +100 and the Yankees first three money line -145, sprinkling on Fernando Tatis Jr. San Diego Padres +590. Prince closes out.
Yeah, real quick, guys, before I close this out, just giving you guys a live bet alert here. We're at halftime between Iran and Gambia. Gambia is actually up 1-0 right now. So this might be a good opportunity to play Iran, maybe on a double chance or a draw no bet. I'd be really shocked if they lose this game. Of course, we are on their money line and over 1.5. So you just want to let that ride. That's fine, but it might be a good opportunity here. I haven't checked the odds, but you're probably going to get some good value here. On Iran on a double chance or a draw no bet. And then the other game, Iraq is up 1-0 already on Andorra. So we're looking good there. But as far as my recap here, we're going to go with Scotland against Curacao. Give me Scotland on the money line plus a clean sheet at -125. In the Champions League final tomorrow, give me PSG to win the cup at -145. In the WNBA, I'm going to take the Atlanta Dream -9.5 at -105. In baseball, give me the Mets Marlins first 5 under 4 runs -110. We're going to sprinkle Ronald Acuna of the Braves hit a home run at +350. In the NBA, Game 7 tomorrow night, Spurs Thunder. I'm on the over 212.5 at -105. Then your World Cup play today. Give me Belgium's top goal scorer to be Jeremy Doku at +800. That's going to do it for us today, guys. This has been the Only Bet Sport Podcast Friday edition with Stern Bets, Drew DeLucchi on the Prince of Picks. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your great weekend here. We'll be back again Monday live right here on Only Bets Podcast at X at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Again, we hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Talk to you guys soon. Appreciate all your support, and we will talk to you on Monday. Thanks.